Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, life keeps slipping through your fingers? You plan, you work, you push, and yet the things you want most, love, abundance, peace, always seem just out of reach? This video is going to change the way you see your life. Because today, I'm going to share with you the emotional, powerful, and deeply spiritual story of Daniel, a man who fought, struggled, and forced his way through life, until one single act of surrender changed everything. By the end of this story, you'll discover the same secrets Daniel used to turn his frustration into flow, his emptiness into fulfillment, and his loneliness into love. These are secrets that you too can apply starting today. And let me make you a promise. If you stay with me until the very end, you'll not only feel the transformation of Daniel's journey, you'll feel a shift in your own energy. The last few minutes of this story contain the most powerful lesson of all, and it may just change your perspective forever. Before we begin, I want you to pause. Take a deep breath, and type in the comments, "I trust the universe." That small declaration is more than words. It's a frequency. It's a vibration. It's you telling life, I am ready for miracles. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, because this channel is dedicated to stories and teachings that awaken your soul, expand your consciousness, and help you manifest the life you truly deserve. Now, let's begin Daniel's story. Daniel was a man who believed in hard work. He believed that if he just pushed harder, stayed up later, tried more, eventually things would fall into place. But no matter what he did, his life seemed stuck. His job drained him. It paid the bills, but it never gave him purpose. Every morning, he woke up with a weight in his chest, dragging himself out of bed with the thought, "Here we go again. Another day I don't want to live." His relationships were empty. The people around him didn't inspire him, didn't uplift him. He felt alone, even in crowded rooms. And perhaps worst of all, inside, there was a constant voice whispering, "You're not enough. You'll never get there. Life just isn't on your side." Can you relate? That quiet, invisible battle where you look fine on the outside, but inside, you feel like you're crumbling? That was Daniel's daily reality. He believed success required struggle. And so he fought. He forced. He tried to control everything. And yet, the harder he fought, the further happiness seemed to slip away. Nights were the worst. Lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, his mind raced with worries, unpaid bills, unfulfilled dreams, the ache of loneliness. He often whispered into the dark, "Why? Why me? Why can't life work out for me?" What Daniel didn't know was that this breaking point, this despair, was actually the doorway to his awakening. Because sometimes, the universe lets everything fall apart, so that you finally stop clinging and start listening. One afternoon, drained after another failed meeting, Daniel wandered aimlessly through the city streets. He felt hopeless, tired, lost. That's when he found himself inside a small bookshop. He didn't even know why he walked in. But as he wandered through the shelves, one book seemed to call out to him. Its cover read, "The Law of Attraction, Aligning with the Universe." He picked it up, and as he flipped through the pages, one sentence leapt into his heart. "When you let go of control, you create space for miracles." He froze. Those words cut through him like lightning. He realized that for years, his entire life had been about control. Forcing, planning, chasing. But what if that was the very thing blocking him? That night, Daniel tried something new. Instead of making endless to-do lists, instead of worrying about tomorrow, he sat quietly. He closed his eyes. He breathed. And he whispered, "I trust the universe. I am guided. I am supported. At first, it felt fake. His mind resisted. He laughed at himself. But deep down, something stirred. For the first time in years, he slept peacefully. And that was the beginning of his spiritual awakening. The moment he realized, maybe life isn't something you fight. Maybe it's something you flow with. In the weeks that followed, Daniel decided to make spirituality part of his daily life. He began meditating every morning, even if just for 5 minutes. He started journaling at night, writing down 3 things he was grateful for. At first, gratitude felt forced, but slowly it became real. He began to notice the little blessings he had been blind to: the warmth of sunlight on his skin, the laughter of a child on the street, the comfort of a simple meal. And something miraculous began to happen. His energy shifted. The heaviness in his chest began to lift. The constant frustration began to fade. He started to notice synchronicities. A stranger smiling at him on a difficult day. An unexpected phone call that brought a small opportunity. Little coincidences that felt too perfect to be random. For the first time in his life, Daniel began to believe, maybe the universe isn't against me. Maybe it has been waiting for me to trust it all along. The more he trusted, the more life responded. His relationships improved. His confidence grew. He began attracting people who inspired and supported him. He noticed opportunities arriving not from force, but from flow. And then came the moment that proved everything. The opportunity he once chased desperately came back to him. This time, without force, without struggle. It simply appeared. That was the day Daniel knew. When you shift your vibration, the universe moves mountains to meet you. Within a year, Daniel's entire life looked unrecognizable. He left the job that drained him and began a business aligned with his passion, something he once thought was impossible. His finances improved in ways he never dreamed of. But more than money, he felt fulfilled, whole, alive. He attracted a loving relationship, not born from fear or loneliness, but from trust and mutual growth. He found himself surrounded by people who encouraged his dreams instead of crushing them. His health improved. The stress that once consumed him dissolved as he surrendered to flow. He had more energy, more joy, more peace. And he realized something profound. All the years he spent forcing, chasing, fighting, none of it was necessary. The universe had never withheld from him. It had simply been waiting. Waiting for him to let go. Daniel's story is proof that when you surrender, you don't lose control. You gain alignment. And alignment is where miracles live. Daniel's journey teaches us 3 lessons that can transform your life if you apply them today. Keycap 1: Surrender creates space. The moment Daniel stopped forcing, life began to open. Opportunities flowed. Synchronicities appeared. When you let go, you create space for miracles. Keycap 2: Gratitude shifts vibration. His practice of giving thanks, even for small things, raised his energy. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies you can embody, and it attracts abundance. Keycap 3: Trust the universe. This was Daniel's biggest breakthrough. When he believed he was supported, he began to see evidence of that support everywhere. The universe is always listening, always responding. These are not just Daniel's lessons. They are universal truths. If he could go from frustration, emptiness, and struggle to abundance, love, and purpose, so can you. The question is, are you willing to trust? So, as we close Daniel's story, I want you to take this with you. The universe never abandons you. It mirrors you. It feels your vibration. It listens to your trust. Daniel discovered that when he finally let go, the universe gave him everything he had ever dreamed of, and more. And the same is possible for you. So let me ask you, what part of Daniel's story touched you the most? Write your answer in the comments below. And declare your intention by writing, "I trust the universe." Let this be your moment of alignment. If this video moved you, give it a like right now. That small action helps spread this message of hope to thousands of people who may need it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another story of spiritual awakening and manifestation. Together, we are building a community of seekers, believers, and creators. And before you go, I invite you to watch the previous video linked here. Another powerful story of transformation that connects deeply with today's message. Sparkles, remember, when he finally let go, the universe gave him everything. And when you let go, it will give you everything too. Your miracle is already on its way.